Atlanta, the newly repaved and reconfigured Atlanta Motor Speedway is finally out on iRacing. Newly repaved and reconfigured that in real life I was pretty disappointed about, but obviously that's what they got in real life and that's what we have now in iRacing. And I think iRacing did a great job. Track looks great. I'm happy about that. It's actually free if you already own old Atlanta. Um, So that's nice, a nice surprise. Wasn't really expecting they do that. I'm going to try out a few different cars. We got the next gen Ford here as the first obvious choice. And obviously with these, it's just the 550 Super Speedway package. So it's just flat out around the bottom. It's very smooth and high banked. You don't have to lift at all. But yeah, really disappointed in real life that they did this to this track. The old abrasive Atlanta was one of my favorite ovals ever, and on the surface. But since they did this in real life, iRacing obviously had to do it, and I think they did a great job. You got that really green wall and a red line down on the apron, and that dark, freshly paved asphalt all around the track now. And supposedly they increased the banking and decreased the width of the track, though through the corners it doesn't really look that different to me. I'm sure if I ran some laps at Old Atlanta I'd be able to tell the difference, but just being here on track doesn't look that much different. You have this super wide strip of pavement down here on the front stretch apron now though, which gets kind of bumpy right there. It almost got loose on me, surprisingly. Yeah, disappointed they went with the Super Speedway package for this track. Not really sure the reasoning behind that, other than just wanting to. As far as safety is concerned, I think they'd be fine doing the normal mile-and-a-half package, and with how great the racing has been on the mile-and-a-halfs, it's kind of surprising they went with this package. Not something I like or agree with, but some people do, I guess. I mean, I'm fine with the pack racing, super speedway racing at Daytona and Talladega, but here I'd much rather see the mile-and-a-half off throttle time that you'd get with the other package, high horsepower, lower spoiler and downforce and stuff. But oh well, that's what we get with this car now at this track. But iRacing did a really good job. Track looks great. Lighting looks great. Just all their new tracks have looked amazing. So that is the next gen car. I want to try a couple different cars out here. Let me get out and have a little bit of a scenic look around. I mean, the track just looks great though. You can see the giant spoiler they got on these for this track. But yeah. Alright, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to switch cars. I'm not going to cut the video or anything. I'll put a timestamp in the description and in the little thing in the video if you want to try and skip forward. Just going to load in here. Verifying installation. Give it just a second. Much easier to do it this way. This is how Nick does it too, is I'm just keeping the video running. It's going to pop back up as soon as I get loaded back into the sim. Easier than having to go back and cut it. There we are. Any minute now. Okay, now we're going to see how this track would perform with a car that does not have any sort of restriction on RPM or horsepower or downforce. We have the old 2009 era car of tomorrow, which I heard from the Discord is
Give us a few clean laps to get our fuel
not
numbers.
restricted here. I tried the old Gen 6 with 875 horsepower, but they some reason put the 550 package on that as well. But I can already tell this has all the power this car can produce. So we're going to get well over 200 probably on the front stretch. Let's see how we are. We have to lift here, it looks like. Just feels like we're driving in fast forward running this thing here. And amazingly, they actually had a default setup made for this car. I didn't think they'd even think about this car, but they actually did. There we go. 208. Actually have to use brake in the corner. This is how a stock car is supposed to perform at a mile and a half. Just flying around here. Super smooth. Very stable. Overdriving the corner a little bit even. We'll test out that top side. Let's try going all the way down here. See how those bumps feel. Get a really shallow entry into turn 1. Yeah, this thing flies. This would be a really fun hosted race, as people have mentioned to me already. So that might be a thing. And with how much grip this new asphalt has, it wouldn't be that tough of a car to handle, I don't think. 28 2s, what were we running the next gen, like 30.2s or something, 30.7. Yeah, this thing, oh, and we hit the wall. That thing's got some speed here at this track. I think if the next gen just had the regular package, it'd be a lot more fun to run. Let's take a look at what that looks like on my old 2012 era paint scheme. Yeah, they used to race cars this fast. Can you believe it? They used to go over 200 basically every track. It's amazing. They don't do that anymore. Yeah, that's really cool. A lot of fun. Just see it fly around the top side. Couldn't ever even really get to the bottom. That setup felt pretty tight. Wonder what the tire wear would be. 98. Probably nowhere close to what old Atlanta used to be. For obvious reasons. Alright, next car I want to try. If you give me just a second. One second. Do a different time of day. Try noon. I meant to change it for the last car. Verifying the installation. Connecting. Any minute now. Alright. Let's give this a second to load. It loads pretty quick in just a little test session by yourself. Okay, we got the Indycar. I want to see how this feels. I'm sure Indy Fixed will come around here sometime. And we do have a setup. That's good. I'm sure this will probably feel just about like any other oval with an Indycar. But maybe you don't have to lift. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I'm not an Indycar expert by any means. But I imagine these are going to be quick. Already, okay, we hit the apron. That's my fault. I was looking at the speed. We were already almost over 200 there. Professional sim racer. Alright, let's try that again. That was a weird shift. It felt like it was jumping to the left. Alright. Let's watch the road. Alright. Are we gonna have to lift for this? I'm gonna try and not lift. Wow, these things are freaking fast. 230. Well over 230. Little over 230. My goodness, I'm barely moving this wheel. Wonder if we run the top side, we get more speed. Down the front stretch. 234. 234. 23.7. About 7 seconds faster than the next gen, I think. Wow. This is just crazy right here. How do these feel on the bumps?
We've got good fuel data.
Can't even feel them. 23.6. Just trying to be as smooth as humanly possible here. My goodness, these things are flying. One little arrow push moment if a guy gets in front of you and you're up into the wall, though. This is just on the primaries as well. I don't know if there's other tires in test session. I imagine there are. Yeah, it's quick. It is quick. Don't touch that apron. Can I keep it off the wall? Oh yeah, no problem at all. No problem whatsoever. Yeah, these things fly, as you would expect. Basically 230 all around the track. That might be the fastest oval for these. I'm not sure what they... I mean, I don't know IndyCar that much, but that seems really quick. I know they got the long straightaways at Indy. Man, Indy fixed here is just going to be a mess. I'm sure they'll be coming here eventually. Wonder, running these in real life here, what G-forces you'd be pulling down there on the bottom line. Alright, one last thing I wanted to look at real quick. Something funny I saw on Twitter. We'll see if that's confirmed or not. But yeah, that's the new Atlanta. Pretty cool. I wish it was old Atlanta, but we get what we get. Alright, we're connecting. Hoping there hasn't been a hot fix for this yet, because this is kind of funny. But we'll see. We will see. Come on. Anytime. Okay, perfect. They did not enable the lights on this track. So if you run here at dark, it's just pitch black. Luckily, I brought a car out here that has lights. This is the Delara prototype.
Give us a few clean laps to get our fuel numbers.
So if you ever wanted to run a Halloween race on an oval, you got pitch black Atlanta here. They didn't want to pay the electricity bill, so all they got is the caution lights and the scoring pylon. I can see sparks out my left window there for some reason. This just looks eerie. So if you're as disgusted about this new reconfiguration for this historic NASCAR track, just load it up in this version, the pitch black version. You don't even have to see it. Wow. But yeah, this is definitely the wrong gear, as you might expect. Let's take a look at pit road if we can make it. Can't freaking see the track.
Pit box in 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Right here.
Yep, that's about all I wanted to say. Just want to take a look at Atlanta. It just looks funny. Pitch black Atlanta. Alright, that's the new track, newly reconfigured. Finally, we get it on iRacing. They did a great job getting it here. Looks great. And we'll be running here in the next gen cars within a week or two, I think. If I remember looking at the schedule. But yeah.